Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This store is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Get signed up for their email distribution list to find out when the store will be opening, what their hours will be, and most importantly, what they will have in inventory at abvbarrelshop.com. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebartogo.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about who is leading the way in blending at the moment. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Cailee Baker, Jim Fosnot, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Oh, that was a loud intro. Gosh.
Is it loud?
Yeah. It's very loud.
I was like literally talking not loud. Should I sit back?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe turn your mic down or something.
Yeah, you sound like you're in an echo chamber there. You got need some artwork.
Well, the echo chamber is not good. Yeah, but she's going to get past that eventually when she gets to the house.
I just don't think you need to be that close to the mic, but it's probably
it's loud tonight. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I can turn it down.
That's good.
Really
that's good.
Right there. You're good there.
Go.
Yeah. That volume button in the front will do it. So yeah, that's good.
How about now?
Yeah, it sounds perfect. Sounds good. Folks, sorry about that. I could edit that down, but the chances of that happening are so low. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize.
She's so new to this. You got to forgive her for
yeah.
this podcast.
Yes, it's her first podcast. So forgive Miss Beka Sue. All right. Well, guess what? Miss Beka Sue said there's something she wants to talk about. What is that?
Yeah, so I was eating some string cheese today.
Okay, I like that stuff.
And it made me think of the fact that when my husband eats string cheese, he eats it like a fucking animal.
Oh, no. You got to string it.
Yeah, like it's required. And I wanted to know what's a food that when someone eats it wrong, it just gives you the cringe?
Ooh.
Oh.
I think, I can think of a few things.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Well, my husband came home from, he was in the reserves for a couple years, and he came home from training one weekend, and he said there was this guy that was in his, I don't know the words, unit. Okay, he said unit.
Unit? I don't know if that's the right word. He was in his unit?
I don't know. Anyways, they were eating at lunch together, and he grabbed his orange and ate it peel and all.
No.
Yes.
That's
like,
wrong.
ate it like an apple.
That's a psycho. That guy's a serial
killer. Ate it like an apple. That's exactly. Clint's like, yes, that's a psycho.
That's psycho behavior. Yeah.
Yeah. That, or if you do the banana with the peel on, that's a psycho too.
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like monkeys don't even do that. They even peel the
No.
Right, exactly.
Zoo animals. Come on, even they're smarter than this guy.
It's their thing. Like they peel it. Like it's like you peel it.
Yeah.
Like it didn't bother me, but it was weird. My ex wife used to, whenever she's like making hamburgers, she would always just pinch off raw pieces and roll it in Lowry's salt and eat raw hamburger as she's cooking hamburgers.
Tiger meat.
Oh.
It's called tiger meat.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much, but most
it's
people
a
would freak
thing
out.
in some bars. You just like get a thing of tiger meat. It's just
Really?
raw ground beef that has some seasoning on it, and it
just sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen in restaurants. Like
it does. It does. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because you ever go to places where they'll like only medium well or something like that. They'll cook.
Yeah.
So it's like go to a different place. Then I mean, if you can't give me a medium or medium rare, what the hell? I don't need to be here. But yeah, it's a complete opposite of just tiger meat, as Beka calls it. So yeah.
That's a real thing. I'm serious. It's called tiger meat.
I don't deny it. Yeah, it sounds real. North Dakota, there's not much to do. So yeah, eating raw food and it's a
like
thing.
why cook it when you can just eat it?
Yeah,
and you can also swallow dimes.
Yeah,
swallowing dimes, whatever.
Swallowing dimes.
We have weird activities in North Dakota. Okay.
It's long winters. It happens.
They asked Heidi to go open a store in November and why not?
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why not store in November? She should have gone. She could have stayed with
Becca's
family.
upcoming November.
Yeah.
It's upcoming November. They want to go up there and work for a month or 2 months.
She should go. Yeah. Well,
it's not that bad in November.
hang out with Eddie. No, well, that'll be fun. Tim, you got any foods that people eat wrong? It just bothers you?
Yeah, from Chicago. Now deep dish pizza is one thing. That's a fork and a knife. But if you're eating pizza with a fork and a knife, or you like cut your candy bars, that's a whole nother bag of cats and crazy. I've seen people cut their candy bars or cut their pizza. That's not a deep dish. It's not cheese pie. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Why would you cut your candy bar?
That's from Seinfeld.
It was like in a Seinfeld episode too. They talked about it.
It's catching on. It's Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So the chocolate will melt on your fingers. The rich people think so.
You can't do that. You can't lick your fingers. That's too middle class.
Oh.
Can't do that.
I'll tell you what. Here's psycho behavior, and there's probably in the world. What do we got? 7-8 billion people. There's probably only like 3 or 4 that do this. But there's some people that will eat the Oreo. They just pick it up and just bite it. They don't twist off and open it up. It's weird to me. I can't imagine.
I eat Oreo.
Steve, what are you talking about?
Like twisting
that don't break open the Oreo.
You gotta split the Oreo and then you break it open and then then you eat out the icing and then you eat the cookies.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to.
That's how you eat the Oreo. I'm talking about what psycho is someone who just gets
to
the
be
Oreo, the bag, bites it and eats it. What the hell?
It's illegal to eat it like that.
It's even nature versus nurture. My granddaughter's 2.5. She'll be 3 this summer. I never taught her to do Oreos that way, but I always buy her a treat when I'm picking her up from daycare, and I bought her Oreos, and she's 2.5, and I look back there, and she's ripping them in half and slicing them off. I'm like, I love you. That's how it's supposed to happen. I didn't teach her that. It just happened.
Yeah. See, anybody that's psycho. That's like picking up that orange and eating it with the skin on it. It's the same exact thing. It's just picking up an Oreo and just bite it. Please. All right, Beka, you came up with this topic. Was there one you wanted to add to it?
Well, obviously the string cheese and anything that is like that. Like you're supposed to string your string cheese. You can't just eat a stick.
No, like bite it.
Otherwise, it's just mozzarella. It's just mozzarella.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Nope.
You
the funniest thing about mozzarella sticks is like, do you want to eat 6 string cheeses in a row? Not really, but deep fry them and serve them with marinara sauce, and I'm in.
I'll eat 6 string cheeses.
Cheeses.
Right in a row. That's fine. I would have done it today, but I had to eat dinner, so I did not. But that also like things that are meant to be a way to eat them, like candy that you like put together, or like more like Twizzlers that like pull apart, or like if you're supposed to like dip them into something and you don't do that, and you're just like, no, I just like eat like fun dip, and you just like eat the dip and you eat the stick, but you don't dip the fun dip.
So you don't eat the stick and snort the dust?
That's how we do it.
Can.
So Beck, I got $1 million idea that you and Royce could probably pull off. So they've made powdered alcohol now.
Mm-hmm. I think it's illegal actually in a lot of places.
Yeah, I know, but it's illegal. But it is legal in some places. I want to make a fun dip with powdered alcohol. In every college, every rave, every whatever. How great!
That sounds like a lawsuit.
Yeah, your legal team better be good. Yeah.
And I don't think we need any of those.
All right,
just go straight pixie sticks.
I got a question for Beka. Then we'll probably throw it to Tim too, because I might want him to weigh in on this. So Beka, I don't know, it should be a hard read. A lot of people like hunting, and the dream is big game hunting, and in the United States, there's only so much that would be under the big game, but moose being probably one of the top things. You got moose and elk and bear, but that's really about it. But so many people, their dream is to hunt moose. In Alaska, you can do that pretty easily. And my brother-in-law always says, anybody who wants to come up and do that, he's got a hunting camp, which is an old gold mine. You actually have to fly there, but he's a pilot. He takes you there, and anybody's welcome. But the thing that would keep me away, and I'm not a hunter, so I wouldn't be interested in shooting a moose anyway. But the thing that would be a killer, even if I was, is if you kill that moose, he's going to go over and cut out the heart right there on the spot and hand it to you to eat that heart. At least take a bite out of it, he says. At least a bite. Or he was going to kill you on the spot if you don't even take a bite out of it. Beka, would you do that if you were? Would you go moose hunting, knowing that if you take one down, your first one, it only happens on your first one. Then if you come back up years after, it doesn't matter. But the first one, he says, you got to eat that heart out of your first one. And even his boys have done that. And they were young when they did. I want to say they're probably 7 and 8. They're eating moose heart.
You have to eat the whole thing?
You got to take at least a bite.
You could eat the whole thing. A moose heart's about
It's huge. Yes,
Yeah.
it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Football.
He doesn't expect you to sit there and eat it, but you
I
take a
think
bite.
I would do it just because, like,
I would think you would.
I would do it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You could
I do it.
dare Beka to do it.
I've eaten worse things than that.
Yeah. Tim, how about you? Tim's a Chicago guy, a stock trader type. Wears a suit. Would you go up there? Sometimes these business people like to get away. They're like, I'm a big game hunter. What would you go up there? Would you eat a heart?
They wuss out at the end. Yeah. I Kevin Costner that thing. If you remember in Dances with Wolves,
Yeah.
when he shoots the buffalo, they carve the heart out and they give it to him. They tell him to eat it. He's just kind of like, he takes a bite. Maybe like I'd have to do it out of respect because I understand the history that comes along with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting there burying my face in the thing. But I'd have to take a bite just because I understand what's going on there and the tradition and everything that goes along with that.
I've been hunting
as much as I probably would regret it. I do it.
I've been hunting my entire life, and I've hunted with 100 people, and I don't know anybody who's done that. I don't know any blooding, any whatever. Like it's just like one of those TV things. Like,
well, go up to Alaska.
Well, Alaska's a little different, so maybe they do. But like
everything's a little different in Alaska. I'll say that.
I got buddies who hunt in Africa and all over the world and stuff like that, and guy owns a state record for mountain lions in Idaho. Like, no, I don't know.
I've known this guy, by the way, 20 years. I think my sister just had her 20th anniversary, and I knew him before that when they were dating. And I mean, he's always said that. So it wasn't like something he just saw on TV. It was like, hey, that's just what they do up there. I mean, that's a thing. So yeah,
I do it.
I will say my father-in-law, since I married the farm girl and I was the city mouse, he did take me out to the deer hunting shed in central Illinois and did the whole thing. And I had no idea what the hell I was eating. And I figured, I better do this because I'm getting hazed. And I sure as hell was getting hazed. And I'm eating stuff I didn't even know. They're like, oh, yeah, that's beef jerky. Oh, that's this, that's that. Oh, yeah. I was eating like lips and assholes off here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but you know what? I passed the test.
You passed the test. There you go. There we go.
Like, I better do this. If
Beautiful.
I don't, I'm not going to get the blessing. I better do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tim. Tim, what do you got there, man?
Well, I'm dipping into some of the Beattyville Hillbillies Huckleberry Moonshine from our friends down at Neely Family Distillery because I love this stuff, and it allows you to chase the wife at home. So go get yourself some.
All right.
Probably
nothing
nothing
on that cork pop, by the way.
No.
I've got Beryl Bourbon here. So this is a blend barrel pick. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, decent.
Here's all better than mine.
Yeah, I got the lead. The good folks at Beryl, I got there. I was talking about seagrass. Imagine that. And I got my brother-in-law to carry it in the store, and I told that to the Beatrices, the owners of Beryl, and they said send them a photo of it, and they'll post it on social media this week and tag in the Goldstream Valley General Store, which is kind of cool. So yeah, they're going to be on the Facebook page of Beryl this week. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, big deal for my brother-in-law. All right, Cailee, you're next.
All right. I also have some Beryl Bourbon. It's the sweet one. It's from the National Bourbon Social Club. It was the first barrel pick I ever went on. So
look at you. Oh,
sounded like a fart.
There was a lot going on there. There was she passed wind, And then there was some static in the microphone, and then she hit the table, and there was a cork pop in there. I'm not sure how you disseminate what's what there. So, yeah.
So, full disclosure, I just came back from vacation, and my mic was sitting on the table, and the USB part had been chewed on by my cat. So, if it does weird things tonight, that's probably why, you know. My husband had to send it back into
the
shape.
house burns down. We know why.
Yeah.
And she had chili for dinner. So there you go. That's the whole story of where that one went wrong. All right. Jim, what do you got?
Probably nothing's going to contend. I have a well-up bottle of Willet. I'm doing some bottle kills tonight and end some bottles off. So probably not much going to come from this one. We'll see.
Okay. Basie, not enough. I've still got the lead. Despite Cailee's attempt to combine flatulence, desiccating, and pork pops. I've got the lead. All right. What do you got there, Beka?
I've got some Leopold Brothers, the 3-chamber rye whiskey.
3-chamber rye. Okay.
Got really lucky getting this.
Yes, you did. You had to have a good friend mule that to you. No, nothing there.
Silence.
Yeah.
Silence. Yeah. So cheers to me on the win there. That's excellent. Hopefully I'll
Thanks
go 4 for 4. Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about blending and who's doing it best out there. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot in the greater St. Louis area. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only focuses on single barrels. We aren't open just yet, but our plan is to have the most diverse single barrel offerings from our many friends in the world of bourbon. By signing up for a weekly email, you will know our entire inventory we have on hand. In addition to single barrels, we'll have a tasting bar and a gift shop featuring logo merchandise for both the shop and the ABV network, as well as a full curriculum of bourbon education classes. Additionally, we'll use the gift shop to feature products from our partners in the world of bourbon, companies like Art Eatable Chocolates and Old Man Bay Signs. Head over to ABV Barrel Shop to sign up for our email and text distribution list so you can stay in the know. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Daddy Kennard, and I'm recording on the ABV Network.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about blending and who's doing a great job doing it.
Yes, we are. So I got to start out the conversation by acknowledging an individual who works for a very large company and is still focused on blending and something that the company wasn't doing or anything like that. Somebody who probably doesn't need to do that in their role, but has decided to do so, and recently was named 8th generation master distiller for his company, which is well deserved. And that's Freddie No. My God, the stuff that he's bringing to that company. I can't imagine where he's going to take the heights that he's going to take. Jim Beam is amazing to think about. And the fact that he is, just as a side off, the first project that he ever did for the company was a blending project. And now he's got a thing that he does every year. I look forward to it every year. I don't know about you guys, but Little Book is one of those that I want to get every year and will continue to do so. And each year it's been a nice surprise. It's been great. And he's doing an amazing job. So hats off to Freddie No. He's one of the guys doing it right in blending for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What else do you guys
benefit
think?
he's got too is with the Suntory, merger and everything like that.
Oh,
with
yeah.
blending being such a influence from Suntory and that whole side, now being acceptable to be able to do that with Kentucky bourbon and mix with different products together. I think that just opens the door for a lot of people. It's nice seeing Freddie kicking that door down without any shame right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and Steve, I'm a little surprised. I knew you'd throw Freddie in there, but man, your love of seagrass, I don't know how you put barrel craft.
Well, that's why
Right.
I had them in
I figured.
That's why I had a
part of
barrel
it.
product. I'm actually out of seagrass here. It's one of those that I have sitting downstairs waiting to come upstairs and forgot it. And then you guys suggested I don't text the warden to tell her to bring up my booze to me, which is probably a good idea.
As
Yeah,
a person, I
keep it away
think
for a week.
Freddie's probably leading the way, but he does that one release a year, really, where Barrelcraft has all these different things come out.
Trip Stimson, want to give him credit. We're giving individuals credit. Trip Stimson is amazing blender. I mean, yeah, what he's doing. Whew,
I guess they
good.
got a couple other blenders who work with them. There's a lady that helps blend as well.
Nick
She's-
Christensen.
Nick
I was going to bring her up, Jim. I think
Yeah.
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to talk with her, Steve. I think that would be an excellent interview. What
I
she's
know
doing.
her well. I know Nick well. She's yeah. So I do the Bourbon Country Burn, and her wife is part of the Bourbon Country Burn. She's one of the organizers of it, and
She did my pick.
her wife's a great person. Yeah. She does all the picks there too. So
Yeah.
Nick does those. So if you're
She's
at
awesome.
that, yeah, she's really good. So, and she used to be a bartender, so she's got that in her background, talking about mixing. I mean, she comes from the background. She worked at I forget the name of the place. It's like a grocery store / a bar / restaurant. It's in Butchertown area. But it might be Butchertown Grocery. It might be the name of the place, I think. Yeah, it's good food there, by the way. Chicken and waffles. I'm a big chicken and waffle guy, as you can
Oh,
imagine.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that place has got the goods for sure. But yeah, Nick Christensen.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah, she's cool. What else?
Jackie's I Can.
Jackie's I Can. Ooh, Jackie Z.
Huge.
Why took this long to say that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, yeah, Jackie Z. I'd like to put her palette. I wish there was a way we could have like a palette off and have everybody in there. And hers might be the very best in bourbon. There's something special about what she's got going on. I don't know of anybody that can match her. And I've seen her do these things dead. Not like she's looking at notes and being like, all these notes where I can do that, where I can then be like, oh, maybe even dovetail off some things that are close and that. I've seen her, drill into a barrel, not know anything about it, just pick one at random and then taste it and be like, this is the taste, you're getting this and this. And then I taste it. I'm like, son of a bitch. It's all there. Everything she just said. I wish I could do that. I can't do that. She's
No, yeah.
compare yourself to her is an embarrassment because you can't. She's that good. So yeah, Jackie Z.
Yeah. I would love to meet her one day.
She's from St. Louis. I don't know if we've never mentioned that on
Never
the program
mentioned that before,
Oh,
Steve.
she
Yeah,
is.
you think I would, but I like to keep that on the down low. I don't talk about that. But yeah, Jackie's from St. Louis. So
She's going to have a permanently reserved spot at the bar, right, Steve?
yes, yeah, we'll have reserved parking too, right in front. Reserved for.
She's got her own VIP
Jackie's
locker
like-
too, I hear.
Yeah,
so-
next to Jeff Kaplan. So yeah,
That's right. That's Jeff Kaplan's VIP locker. Yes.
that's why we're charging him double. I gave you the one next to Jackie's I Can. So yeah, it's gonna be twice. It's gonna be $250 a month instead of $125, but it's worth it because you're my Jackie Z. Yeah, that's good. It's cool.
Yeah.
She could
And
fit
a
her
couple
locker.
more. What about Ari Sussman over at Three Chord?
Oh, Ari, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Ari's our man.
Yep.
Jim and I are working with Ari on a project. Hopefully it comes to fruition, but yeah, Ari's I talk to that guy all the time. So it's just crazy. So yeah, he loves the idea of the liquor store, and he's one of those guys too. He's involved in a bunch of different distilleries, and he's always calling me and he's getting ideas, and I post something and then I get a text from him, but we got to work on this together. So yeah, Ari's freaking great. I love that guy. Hopefully one day he can come through. He's working on, so I don't know. He's never talked about it, so I don't want to talk about it on the air, but yeah, he's got something cool in the works. So
That's it. Another one I'll throw out there, because until they get their own product going, would you consider Stephen Beam blending
Sure.
that Yellowstone 93? Because that's different age bourbons to be able to get that profile. The other would be Heidi Proof, because Heidi and myself are probably the two biggest fangirls on the whole place with Yellowstone.
oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
to get that profile the way he does, mixing different ages together and this, that, and the other, and not saying much about it, but just quietly does his business and continues to stack up fun things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Beam's just about good about every aspect of knowledge in distilling and history, and he's just Steve Beam is underrated. He's way underrated. He's amazing. Yeah.
Because of her work with a lot of craft distilleries lately. What about Marianne Barnes with the blending she's doing with craft distilleries?
I mean, she's getting people to buy $200 bottles of Dickel.
Right. She's been known for distillation for the past X amount of years, but the blending is taking off. So, in working with the craft distillers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting. And, make those inroads. Heck, she's even working with Stump. So
I know. Bottle sitting on her shelf at the store.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I've got to try that. I haven't cracked my bottle yet from Stump, but I got one of those. So cool. Who else, guys?
You got to throw Lisa Wicker out there. What she's doing. What about a Marion Eves? It's all the crazy stuff going on there.
Is Marion Eves different than Marion Barnes?
Yeah,
it's the same one. I'm just going last name different, making sure everybody knows Eve's blind.
Sorry.
He's blind.
My bad.
Okay.
Married name versus unmarried. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Both of them are good.
I got a Heidi Topol Eller Fosnot, coming home to me, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. What about this guy Royce Neely? He's pretty good too, right? He does all single barrels, but I mean technically,
that blends.
yeah. Technically he could, but he chooses not to. So
yeah.
Well, what about Justine Mays?
Steve Mays does amazing.
I'm going to close with that.
Unheralded. Yeah, we're going to close on that one. I'll tell you what, here's what I want to tell you about Justine Mays. So she's coming first. Both years we've done the blending contest, which is not easy. It's 20 people and it's a blend off. So she does good at that. But then we did this tribute to Rick Brenner, and we had all of Rick's favorite. There was 8 different distilleries, just their bottles. So their end product. And we said, make a blend of this. And just for fun, I mixed them all together, and it was bad. I said it tasted like jalapeno coffee grounds, like the ground. And all mixed together. But Justine created. I saw her do this too. It was so weird. She poured all of them. She nosed them. Then she tasted them, and then she's like. Then she came up with these numbers that which was in milliliters. How many milliliters she wanted in her sample mix that she was doing, which she just came up with off the top of her head. I don't know how she did that. And then we all tasted it, and we said, on the finish, it's just not a little bit right. And she's like, I know how to fix it. I know what's causing that to do it. And she tweaked one thing in there, cut one back and raised one. So maybe that's 2 things. But she did that and then came back, and it was excellent. And man, people loved it at Brenner's party. It was amazing. So,
It's delicious.
Well, it was delicious. So there you go. There's some amazing blenders in the world of bourbon right now. I know of only one that's a free agent. So yeah, call Justine Mays if you're looking for a blender. So
I thought she's under contract by the ABV network.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to buy her out. So I'm thinking $500,000. I can let her walk out of her contract. So, yeah, but there you go. Throw it out there. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Cailee, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can come see me at Leatherwood Distillery or find me online at on Instagram. On Instagram at CaileeOBaker.com. Nope, not .com. Cailee O'Baker.
Oh my God.
It's been a long weekend.
That's a bad plug. That's an example of a bad plug right there. Yeah. So good luck finding her. She's out there. Okay. All right, Tim, how about you?
You can find me on the Bourbon and Whiskey Tasting Events page at abvnetwork.com or on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Jim.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnot, on Instagram at FozJim, FAZZJAM, or working to get the ABV Barrel Shop open in Arnold, Missouri with Side by Side with Steve Akeley.
Heck yeah. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's upcoming Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.